Kia ora, koutou katoa, and welcome to Logan Park in Dunedin for coverage of New Zealand Football's National League South Central Series. Today sees an exciting final round of the competition with three teams vying for the title, including the two teams in action here today, Southern United and Canterbury United Pride. A hugely exciting game that we've got coming up, and meanwhile Capital will be taking on Central up in the North Island at the same time as this match. My name's Morgan Jarvis, and it's my absolute pleasure to be commentating today's match from Logan Park. Got a bit of a crowd starting to filter in here at Logan Park. Conditions not too bad for a good game of football, and you can see Southern United there, the home team, itching to get out there because they know that a win or a draw in today's match will be enough to claim this inaugural South Central Series title. But it's going to be a huge test for them coming up against Canterbury United Pride. So the Southern United lineup there, it's been a pretty consistent lineup throughout the season. One change is Renee Bacon, who started every match so far, on the bench. But coming in is 17 Chantel Smith, and she's certainly a big game player and could be a key figure in the midfield up against the Pride. We caught up with the Southern United coach, Graham Smale, ahead of kick-off.
Graham, you had the chance to put this to bed a couple of weeks ago. What did the girls learn from that game that you'll take into today?
Yeah, I think we weren't aggressive enough in our press against Capital. We sat off them, we allowed them to play football. Today we're going to hopefully be really aggressive in our press and work as a unit with partners setting off and trying to block those passing channels.
You've beaten the Pride once this season. How do you go about doing it again?
Great difficulty, I suppose. Yeah, and look, I think what that first game showed to the girls is that they're as good as anyone on the day. And I think on that day, when we did work our way into the game, we did a press with aggression, and so we'll be trying to do the same again today. And hopefully, if we can contain a couple of key players, we'll go a long way to getting the result that we want.
So Southern, of course, kicking off their season so well with that round one victory over the Pride up in Christchurch. And here's the Pride lineup that they're going to be facing today. And again, a pretty settled lineup for the Pride, but one big inclusion there, number 7, Chiara Bocelli, after her last-minute heroics last week with a stunning free kick. She's back in the starting lineup. And other than that, a pretty settled lineup. And of course, superstar football Fern legend Annalie Longo has been in great form this season, and she'll be pulling the strings in midfield. We caught up with the Pride coach Alana Gunn ahead of the game.
Who would have thought after the first two games that you'd still be in the title race today?
Yeah, not me. So what a fantastic opportunity. The girls have, I guess, grinded through the last 3 weeks to get ourselves here and give us a chance to win this Southern Central League. So yeah, a little bit unexpected, I guess, after the first 2 weeks, and a reflection of our performance and our improvement through the league. So yeah, happy to be here.
Having the championship history behind you, does that expectation help or hinder you today?
Yeah, we don't think too much about the past in game days. We definitely draw on it for culture aspects, but when it comes to game days, we don't play on our past wins.
And there we see the Canterbury United Pride about to make their way out onto the field, led by their captain Rebecca Lake. And the Canterbury United Pride, they've certainly been the country's most dominant force over the last decade, really, having won the last 3 National League titles. And, well, they're coming into this game in great form after a slow start, losing their first couple of matches. But they've won their last 3. And if they do win today, they will go close to securing the South Central title series title for themselves, depending on the outcome of Capital's match against Central, which is also taking place at the exact same time up in Petone. It's going to be fascinating to see how these two games pan out. But Southern United, they've got themselves in a great position here with 4 wins from their 5 matches, just the one loss to Capital. So that puts them clear out at the top of the table there. So if they win this final round fixture, or even a draw would be enough, to claim the title, which would be a pretty historic title for the Southern United side. So, yeah, we're certainly starting to get a bit of a crowd filter in now, and conditions here pretty good. A wee bit chilly and grey. Unfortunately, Dunedin doesn't seem to turn on the sunny days when we have these matches down here, which is a bit of a shame, but it does actually lend itself to pretty good conditions for a game of football. Not too much of a breeze. The captains there out there with the officials, and well, pretty much got the best in the business with the whistle today. Lindsay Robinson, referee, and her assistants there as well. Southern United captain Rose Morton and her counterpart there, Rebecca Lake, for the Pride. Both being key figures for their sides throughout the season. The Southern United side have had a pretty settled lineup. Got a lot of experience, and there's a bit of experience there in that Pride lineup too, along with some exciting youngsters, none more so than Chiara Bichelli, only 16 years old and actually a former Mount Aspiring College and Queenstown Rovers player, so we'll be known pretty well to a few of the Southern United squad as well. But well, she certainly, if she hadn't already, she announced herself with that stunning free kick last week to beat Capital and keep her Pride side in with a chance for this South Central Series title. Final pre-match huddle there for Southern United. They've looked like they're absolutely buzzing ahead of this match. There was a story in the Otago Daily Times today, down here newspaper, which just highlighted how far the Southern United side has come. With their 49 matches between 2009 and 2016, comprised 45 losses, 3 draws and only 1 win. But since 2017, they've had more wins than losses, and this it certainly hasn't happened overnight, but it's great that so many of these players have come through, developed through those tough times, but as a unit, made themselves more than competitive. But you don't really get a bigger test than this coming up against the Pride. So just moments from kickoff, it'll be the visitors, the Pride in their black kit, playing from right to left, and Annalie Longo gets the game underway. Southern United in all blue from left to right. And Lara Wall, a former Southern United player, in the left fullback position there for the Pride. Kate Loy now on the ball and lays it back to Lake, and she gets it across to another former Southern United star, Michaela Hunt, and Lake now brings the ball forward. And Wall out on this left-hand side. Such a big attacking threat, and as is Longo, who has really lit up the league and is currently leading the Golden Boot race with 6 goals. Big challenge there coming in from the fullback for Southern United, Tony Power. Could see some big tackles today, and Rose Morton there putting lots of pressure on Loy, who looked like she picked up a knock just seconds into the match, so hopefully she can shake that off. As Hepburn lays it back to Hunt. And well intercepted there by Hannah Mackay-Wright, and had Hislop in front of her, but not quite on the same wavelength there. But this opening minute or so could be an indication of how the game will play out, with the Pride likely to have a bit more of the ball and Southern being tight and compact in defence and looking to counter, and it's perhaps when Southern are at their best. So anything could happen here, and as we see the Pride now attacking forward, but Lara Wall won't be able to get on to the end of that. The Pride, it'll be fascinating to see their intent in this match, because they'll probably be hungry to try and score a few goals here, because they know that even if they win, there's the risk of Capital defeating Central by enough goals to hit the Pride on goal difference. So just going to be fascinating to see how these two matches pan out. Great to be able to bring them to you via Sky Sport Next here, as Hislop, the striker for Southern, lays it all the way back to her defence with Kanata cross to Mackay Wright. And Hislop always makes herself available and well to hold it up, and Margarita Diaz in the 13 there for Southern United, a former Pride player. She's been super impressive for Southern this season, picked up a couple of goals. And there is Diaz, and Morrison will get on the end of that. And Lara Wall, and it's clattered over Diaz in the box. And then a shot comes in from Morton and forces a save out of Una Foyle. Good chance there early on for Southern United. A bit of a scramble there in the 6-yard box. Got some good pressure there. It'll be an early corner here for Southern United. They have some good tall timber there as threats from these set pieces. The likes of Kennard, Mackay Wright and Amy Hislop. And Chantel Smith who will swing in the corner. Nice and high, and Hislop gets her head to it. Can't quite get it on goal, but Diaz, unfortunately for herself, can only swing it, slice it for a goal kick. But encouraging signs there for Southern. Foyle just with the short kick off there, out to Hunt. Morton was close on the back of Longo. That's just going to be a fascinating battle, really, because Morton does such a good job in that holding midfield role, and whereas Longo, that's the exact kind of space that she loves to occupy, and just be fascinating to watch that battle, I think. And there's Morton going in on Loy. And Morrison, always a good competitor. She wins the ball and gets it to Kirsty Hayer, and she looks up and has some options out the right-hand side with Tony Power. It's a heavy touch, but she just about gets to it, and Diaz just gets beaten to it there. But battles away. Right on the goal line, gets it across. Cleared off the line. There were calls for handball even. Big chance again for Southern United, who have started impressively here. Mackay Wright swings it across, had a couple of options in the middle there. And Chelsea Whittaker got onto it, can only lay it back to Smith, but she looks up and sends it back into the box. Hislop flicks it on, but Foyle collects. And there's Longo dropping deep to get the ball. She wants to be involved. Some good hustle there again from Chelsea Whittaker. Lays it across to Emily Morrison, who looks up. Instead of a shot, she tried to send Hislop through. And you can see Foyle there. Goalkeeper just trying to calm things down a wee bit because she knows that Southern are piling on a bit of pressure here. Foyle, who didn't actually start the first two matches of the season. It was Annie Foote who started those in goals, but Foyle's come in since then, and it's coincided with the turnaround in fortunes for the Pride. It's a free kick here for Southern, and Chantel Smith there. Only had one start through the season, missed a couple of games, come on as a sub in a couple of games as well, but scored an absolute cracker from long range in their win over Central a few weeks back. And here she is again, and can't quite connect with her Dunedin Tech teammate Morrison there. As Foyle looks to get it out quickly to Loy. Lara Wall down the line, but Tony Power been super impressive for United in that fullback role throughout the season. One of a number of players that started every match. Here's Diaz on the ball, looks up and well intercepted by Lake, and then tidied up by Hepburn. Longo lays it back to Loy. There's some great experience in that midfield there for the Pride, and wonderful ball through. And Morrow out on this left flank at the moment, swings it across. And Chantel Smith had to be in the right position there to clear that. It's about the first real attacking chance there for the visitors. Kayla Hunt, of course, starred for Dunedin Tech for and Southern United for a number of seasons, and scored a couple of goals in that famous 2018 Kate Shepherd Cup final. As there's a bit of pressure here from the Pride. And Guildford, another former Southern player there, ends up conceding a foul against her former teammate Smith. Guildford has also started every match for the Pride. As Loy manages to win that and has a long range effort. It's awkward bounce for Simmers and it's gone in, and the Pride take the lead in bizarre circumstances. Kate Loy having an ambitious effort from long range, and it just bounced so awkwardly for Simmers, and goal for Southern United, and a horror start for the home side. After encouraging early signs, it was a Yorker for Simmers, and difficult for the keeper there, but Kate Loy, I'm sure it was, who hit that from long range. It was a very speculative shot, and it just bounced so awkwardly for the goalkeeper. So Southern United find themselves a goal down. Southern have conceded the first goal down five of their 6 matches in this competition. They've come back to win 3 of them, so going behind early, they won't think is the end of the world. But really, that'll have the Pride really amped up now, taking such an early lead. Still can't quite believe the way that goal came about. It just seemed out of nowhere from a long way out. As Southern will just look to compose themselves again. So wind just picks up a little bit here at Logan Park, and there'll be a little bit of rain coming in as well. Haya loses out to Loy, the goal scorer. And Longo always looking up in front of her for options. Haya finds Whitaker out on the left flank, and she sees a couple of runners, including Diaz, and she'll get on to the end of this. Looks up, the ball just gets away from her a bit and just dragged her wide of goal. She tried to cut it across to find Hislop and couldn't do so, but certainly more than half a chance there. Looks like Capital might have gone a goal up over Central as well, so as the weather just comes in a bit here. Another corner for Southern United. Can they fight back here? Chantel Smith will drill it into the 6-yard box. And it's a header there, but easily dealt with by Foyle, but another chance there for Southern. As the Pride look to attack down the right flank, lifted over the top there by Jasmine Donald, but won't quite be able to find a teammate, but Kennard forced to just knock it away for a corner there. So a set piece chance here for the visitors. The weather's really coming in at Logan Park. It's going to be Frankie Morrow, the 20-year-old, swinging it in. Lake just about got to it, and here's Chiara Buccelli, who hasn't been heavily involved so far in the match, but her effort is blocked. Kate Loy keeps that in and beats Diaz down the line, swings in across. Simmers, a little bit of confusion there at the back for Southern, but they managed to clear it away. So look up at the scoreline for the Capital versus Central, and Capital might be a couple of goals up now. Gee, I think this South Central Series title is really going to go down to the wire today with these two matches going on. Remembering that a draw or a victory for Southern United here at Logan Park would be enough to claim the title. But the Pride have got an early lead here, 1-0. Diaz goes up against Wall and just go out for a throw in there. Tony Power with the throw in to Morrison. Goes all the way back to Simmers, who to her credit is managing to keep her composure after that early just stunning strike from Loy that caught out Simmers. Southern now looking to attack down the left. Chelsea Whittaker on the ball. Maisie Runner finds Hayer and back through to Whittaker, gets a shot in, and she gets an equaliser for Southern United. 1-1. Chelsea Whittaker finishing off a wonderful move, and what a composed finish. And it's all tied up here at Logan Park. Whittaker with a wee 1-2 there with Hayer, and Whittaker, what a wonderful finish. She's scored bucket loads of goals, particularly for club side Dunedin Tech. 13 goals in the local Premier League this season. And that's her first goal of this season for Southern United, and what a time to get it. Scoring an equaliser, 1-1 after only 15 minutes. Another long-range effort there to test out Simmers, who's alert to it. What a great start to this game. Whitney Hepburn strong there in the middle of the park, but Morton just about enough. Kate Lloyd back to Donald. Chantel Smith looks up and finds Hayer, who's also been ever present in the starting lineup for Southern United this season and picked up a goal against Capital, the only goal of that match, which was the only time that Southern have kept a clean sheet, the only time they haven't gone behind. They've done it the hard way in a number of matches this season. Lara Wall looks up, sees a few options, but Morrison's well positioned there to cut it out. Loy just about got on the wrong side of Diaz there, but Diaz recovered and forced the Pride to go all the way back to their captain Lake. Sends it across to Hunt. Drives forward, sees a bit of space and tried to take on her marker there, and Southern couldn't quite capitalise on the centre back being so far down the field. Loy's seen a lot of the ball in the middle of the park here for the Pride, and that's a classy turn, and tried to find the feet of Bocelli. Loy gets it back and sends it through for Morrow, but the shot straight at Simmers. It will be very relieved. Big chance there for the Pride to go back in front. Frankie Morrow could only hit it straight at Simmers. Hunt again drives forward, but well cut out by Mackay Wright. Smith looks up and finds Hislop, who hasn't seen a lot of the ball yet, but she picked up a couple of goals last week against Central, so she's got 3 for the season now. And if she gets half a sniff today, then look out. It's Lara Wall and Loy combine again. Diaz, awkward back pass there, and it's not the player you want to be sending it to, Annalie Longo. And Longo again with a clever little turn past Power and then Morton. And Southern just scramble it clear. Hislop on the ball, lays it off for Morrison. Big challenge there though from Hepburn. As expected, the Pride dominating plenty of possession, and Southern just looking to hold their shape, make it difficult for the Pride to play through the lines, and they've done that so well, including in that opening round 1 fixture where Southern, well, have to say it was a bit of an upset when they defeated the Pride 2-1 up at English Park. Pride have definitely dominated the head-to-head fixtures over the years. In fact, as Hislop looks to get on the end of that, but the linesman's flag does go up, just offside. Southern only having beaten the Pride twice in the last 5 or 6 years, and both of those were away up in Christchurch, so they'd love to get one over the Southern rivals here on home soil, or home turf, I guess I should say, is on this wonderful artificial turf we have here at Logan Park. As Morrow loses out there to Diaz, and she's content to let the ball run out for a throw. Morrison has a bit of pressure there from the Pride, and Southern forced to go back. And Hislop, always an outlet up there. And look at the skill as well. And Southern here, they get through the lines, and Whittaker just about will get on the end of that. The ball went all the way through to Foyle. Donald pushing forward, but nicely cut out by Chantel Smith. Diaz under pressure there from Wall. Loy again just so composed in the middle of the park. She's a great foil for the likes of Longo and Hepburn to give a bit more attacking impetus. As Hunt looks long. Morrison bundled over there and wins a free kick for Southern. We heard from the Canterbury United coach, Alana Gunn, before the game, and it's great to see, well, how they've turned their season around after losing their first 2 matches in such a short season. As Foyle does well to collect that under a bit of pressure from Whittaker. But the Pride, such a classy team, and like all champion sides, they know when to click into gear, and that's what they've done, turned their form around. Hunt pushes forward and does well to find Bocelli, and gee, Michaela Hunt was continuing on with her run, but didn't quite fall her way. As Morrow finds Longo, who's probably wanting to get a bit more involved in the game. Smith, who really looks like she's slotted into that left fullback role that Renee Bacon has made her own over the last couple of seasons. Normally finds Smith in the middle of the park, but some great options in this squad for Southern. Diaz can't quite find the feed of power there. Good battle again there with Loy and Diaz. Loy just about plays her way into trouble, but great composure again, really, and found Hunt. Nicely cut out by Mackay Wright, and plenty of numbers forward here for Southern, and Whittaker, well, might have just been in an offside position, I think, but half a chance there again for Southern as they had some good numbers pressing forward. And we saw the assistant referee there, Nikolay Shevliakov. He's a new face on the sideline here at National League level in New Zealand, and actually comes from Minsk in Belarus, where he started his referee journey back in 2004 and only restarted his referee career a few years ago, and yeah, his first senior level National League game here. It's a goal kick here for Simmers, who, wow, got that unfortunate, difficult bounce to concede the goal here, but it's been in great form for Southern this season. Still only 18 years old. It's her first season here, but she's had a couple of seasons with Central up in the North Island before coming down here to study. Here's Lara Wall, just about, yeah, let that roll for a goal kick. Simmers from New Plymouth and used to have a 3-hour road trip to get to training and matches in Palmerston North, and a bit of a difference now that she's down here at Southern and at one of the halls of residence, and instead of a 3-hour trip, it's probably a 3-minute walk across to Logan Park here, which I'm sure she'll appreciate. Morrow drops deep, and Rebecca Lake, who was credited with the Pride goal in the round 1 fixture against Southern United when she bundled in a corner from close range. Lara Wall drives forward and just, well, would usually be Lara Wall bursting onto that down the left flank, so didn't have a teammate quite on the same wavelength there. Lake and Loy combined there. Pride certainly content to just knock the ball around, try and stretch the Southern United defensive shape. But the Southern side so well structured as a defensive unit, and as I mentioned earlier, they probably prefer these kind of matches where they can have a team pressing forward against them. They hold their defensive shape and look for the counter-attacks. It's Rebecca Lake and gets it to her fullback Donald. No, sorry, that wasn't Donald actually, but Whittaker being pegged in there by Donald. Southern certainly not stringing together the passes in the way that the Pride are. But they look for these intercepts like this, and that's when they look to pounce. And Hislop, did she beat the offside trap? She gets a shot in, finds the net. Seems that the flag stayed down, and Southern come from behind and go 2-1 up over Canterbury United Pride, and that's the exact type of counter-attack that I was talking about. And there's no one else that really want on the end of it than Amy Hislop. Great finish past foil. And Southern United, after going a goal down early, are now 2-1 up over the Pride. What a game. Gee, with the Pride now a goal down, they're really going to be hungry to get back on the score sheet now, because they know that not only do they need to win this game, they probably need to get a few goals in the process too, with Capital a couple of goals up over Central. Remember, Southern only need a draw in this match to claim this National League South Central Series title. Of course, unfortunately, some of the North Island teams from the Auckland and Waikato regions unable to take part in this competition, which has been such a shame. But hopefully there's a few members of those squads tuning into these streams and able to enjoy the action that we have got. And fingers crossed, next year we've got everyone back in action as Power swings it in and easily claimed there by foil. Loy on the turn and calmly sends it across to Lara Wall, and Hepburn finds Morrow up against Power and cuts in nicely, finds Pacelli, has to get dragged wide. She's got plenty of skill, what can she do? Swings in a dangerous cross, but thumped clear by Southern. Once again, Southern will look to counter, and Whittaker on the ball. Looks to find the feet of Hislop. Great tussle there with Michaela Hunt. Oh, and I think Hunt's even won herself a throw there. But, gee, I wouldn't want to bank on trying to predict how many goals we end up with in this match, but I have a feeling we might see a few more yet. It's a pretty open game. Kate Loy back to Donald. Loy's probably had more touches than anyone else so far. Chantel Smith back across to Mackay Wright. She looks up and looks to find Diaz. And there's Tony Power on the overlapping run. What does Hislop do? She has a crack. Power had continued on with her run, but, well, Hislop's always going to have a crack at goal, and fortunately for foil, was well wide of goal. Hislop again. Plays like the ball's glued to her feet. Looks up. Morton finds Diaz. Oh, and sends it through, looking for Whittaker, and she gets onto it, and she pokes it in. Southern 3-1 up after being a goal down early. Incredible here at Logan Park. Whittaker grabs her second. Diaz, a clever ball and just bounced nicely for Whittaker. There were calls for a foul there from the Pride, but Whittaker tucked it away, grabs her second, and Southern United 3-1 up. Chelsea Whittaker has been such a star for a number of years for Southern, has been there through the hard times. Is that article in the paper that I mentioned earlier, featuring Chelsea, and been playing National League since she was 14, more than a decade, and been through those tough times with the team where they couldn't buy a win. It's such an integral part to their success this season. I hope that her family are tuning in with parents over, and I think Rarotonga, and isn't it great that we've got the live stream? Doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can tune in and watch these matches. As the weather has come in and a bit damp here at Logan Park. There's just a wee bit of a delay here before one of the balls are a wee bit flat, but Donald will eventually get the chance with an attacking throw in here for the visitors. Loy again on the ball, but forced to swing it across to Michaela Hunt. Again, she has a bit of space, drives forward, has options, but couldn't quite find Guildford. In case you've just joined us, yes, that scoreline's correct. Southern United 3-1 up over the Canterbury United Pride after the Pride had gone ahead in only the 8th minute through Kate Loy, but Southern United fighting back. Whittaker with a couple of goals. Amy Hislop scoring as well. As another long-range effort comes in. And it's cleared by Diaz. Hislop holds it up, but can't quite find Morrison. Morrison, who scored Southern United's opening goal of the season against the Pride. The ball comes in, and Hislop just about gets onto it. Foyle couldn't get to it. Hislop looks up. Oh, and it's gone in. It's an own goal by Lara Wall. And Southern 4-1 up. It's not even half time. We've had 5 goals here at Logan Park. And Hislop, well, Foyle couldn't quite get to it, just pulled away. Hislop tried to find Diaz, and unfortunately for former Southern United star Lara Wall, she could only send it into her own net. And Southern 4-1 up. Meanwhile, Capital, they're 3-0 up over Central. Gee, I don't think I would have predicted this kind of scoreline, but again, there's every chance we're going to see more goals here, because the Pride are never going to give up. There's still going to be chances on the counter for Southern. Simmers does well racing out there and thumps the ball clear. The rain's coming in. What is it with these National League matches in Dunedin? It seems we get the worst of the weather whenever we get these fixtures broadcast. Anyone who tuned into these broadcasts regularly would think that the weather's always like this. It's not. Of course, Dunedin, one of the host cities in the upcoming 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. Won't have to worry about the rain for those matches because those matches will be under the roof at the neighbouring Forsyth Bar Stadium. And how exciting is it that it's already been confirmed we'll be getting a Football Ferns match in the Women's World Cup, their final group match. Could be plenty on the line in that. Can't wait for that. The Pride, they'll be desperate to try and get back into this game before the halftime break. Bocelli. It's up and Donald, well tackled there by Morrison. Guildford finds Wall with a clever touch. Looks up, has a crack. Oh, and it's fallen to Longo. And somehow it's cleared when it looked like Longo was odds on to score there. Wow. Another big moment there. Morrison, such incredible work rate, and she's a bit gutted to have conceded a corner there, but Lindsay Robinson deeming that the ball had come off Morrison last there, so Guildford with a corner here for the Pride to try and get back into this game. Guildford sends it in, and there was Mackay Wright who got her head to it, and I think for a moment there horrified that it might have gone into her own net, but just over the crossbar. So another chance here for the Pride, and it'll be Morrow, University of Canterbury player, who goes short to Loy. She swings it in. Good clearing header there for Southern. Great battles going on out there. And Whittaker, how good has she been today? Looks up, finds Hislop, and it's a clever ball and gets through to Diaz. Looks up, gets a shot in, and a big save from Foyle. 1-on-1. Wow. Another big chance there for Southern. Michaela Hunt might have just done enough there to make it tricky for Diaz, but Diaz looked up, only had the keeper to beat. A big save from Foyle. Foyle, of course, made some huge saves last week, late in that game against Capital, including a big one-on-one save against Kaylee Ward before the Pride scored a couple of late goals there, so she kept her side in the match last week. Smith swings in the corner here for Southern, and plenty of players attacking the ball. Whittaker loops it across and off the crossbar. Really is all happening here at Logan Park. And Smith gets the ball back, fires it across the box, but Hepburn then looks up, and Pride now with a chance to get some players forward. Bocelli brings it on to Guildford. Southern doing well to get back in numbers. And Mackay Wright with a little turn. Whittaker, who has been given a wee bit of a different role in the team this year, playing out a bit wider and probably a wee bit more advanced, and seems to have really thrived in that role as well, and having a wee bit of space out wide. As the Pride connect with Morrow and Longo, just unable to break down the Southern United defensive unit. Lake and Wall knock it between each other. Guildford coming across the park and looking to overload, and Morrow can't quite get onto the end of that. Taya clears that. It'll be a throw in here for Lara Wall, who was a key player for Dunedin Tech, as they won the Cape Shepherd Cup back in 2018, along with this player, Michaela Hunt. Well, how good would that Southern United coaching bench be feeling right now? I have to say, Graham Smale, their head coach, is a very calm guy, but just in that pre-match interview, it almost felt a wee twinge of nerves there. He spoke about this week that he wanted his team to focus on continuing with their impressive work rate that they've shown throughout the season, but felt they had been lacking a wee bit in their composure, their accuracy and their intelligence in some of the earlier games. That's what he wanted his team to focus on, and well, certainly in terms of accuracy, with some of the chances that they've taken to score 4 goals in this first half, he'll be delighted. Pride maybe with one last chance to try and reduce the deficit here. Remarkably 4-1 down. Chantel Smith swings it into towards the penalty area, but the Pride again pushing forward, and it's Smith who gets all the way back. Very calm under pressure from Bocelli, and well, didn't look to be too much in it, but Smith will be relieved. Let Southern get a free kick there, and they'll look to just wind the clock down perhaps in these dying seconds of this opening half. Longo probably just hasn't managed to get as involved in this match so far as we often see her. It finds Wall here, and great cross right across the 6-yard box, and couldn't quite get it poked towards goal there. It was a brilliant cross by Wall. She gets another go here on her right foot, but Simmers does well there to claim it. Tony Power looks to go down the line. Hislop will put a bit of pressure on Hunt there, but throw in here for the Pride. Loy loses out to Morrison. Could there be one last chance here for Southern? Hislop goes down under a challenge from Guildford, and somehow Michaela Hunt, it was there, I felt, looked like she had dragged down the Southern striker, had just turned and looked like she might have had a sniff at goal, but the free kick went the way of the Pride with great relief for the visitors. Guildford now on the ball for the Pride, but great pressure there from Rose Morton. Longo always busy, and will they get a sniff here? Kate Loy has a crack. It's blocked, but Guildford gets a shot in and scores for the Pride just on the half-time break and gets them back in the game. How big could that goal be? Loy's shot was blocked, but Southern just couldn't get it clear, and great determination there from Guildford. And smashed it past Simmers. to keep the Pride's hope alive. 4-2 before we've had the half-time whistle. What a half of football. And there is the whistle from Lindsay Robinson. Wow. That half has flown by. It's half-time here at Logan Park. Southern United needing only a draw to claim this National League South Central Series title. And after going a goal down early to the Canterbury United Pride, scored 4 goals before Canterbury United pulled one back just before the break there through Guildford. But Southern United lead at the break 4-2. Meanwhile, Capital are still, I think, 3-0 up over Central. Make sure you don't go far, but grab yourself a cuppa and make sure you get back to watch the second half, because I'm sure we're going to see more goals in the second half. We'll see you soon.
We had a hurricane come in.
Time flies by and I see beyond the disguise. Look into the sun's eyes. Love happens
Brighter days are on their way. Forever's how long they'll stay. Brighter days are on their way. Chasing sunsets in the sky. Won't let these moments pass us by. Take my hand, don't be afraid. The brighter days are on their way. Brighter days are on their way. Forever's how long they'll stay. Brighter days are on their way.
hit the gas. Once I tap it, I'm gone. Faster than the flash when I get in this zone. Higher than a plane, stay up by my lane. Oh, I do it different and they really can't explain. Let me elevate, let me elevate you. Let me elevate.
Welcome back to Logan Park in Dunedin here. The second half about to get underway in this final round fixture in New Zealand Football's National League South Central Series. We've got Southern United kicking off the second half. The home team in blue leading the Canterbury United Pride 4-2 after an incredible first half here at Logan Park in Dunedin. And wow, the Pride took an early lead through Kate Loy, and they look to start the second half well as well. Tony Power gets it clear as the rain comes in here at Logan Park, making it a wee bit awkward for the players and probably the goalkeepers in particular. Simmers has got safe hands there. She got a nasty bounce for that opening Pride goal, but after her side went a goal down early, Southern incredibly fought back with 4 unanswered goals. Chelsea Whittaker grabbing a couple, Amy Hislop one, and an unfortunate own goal that went in off Pride defender Lara Wall. But the Pride pulled one back right on the half-time break through Kate Guilford to keep themselves in this game. If they score next, well, anything could happen. But Southern with a free kick here, and Whittaker, what a first half she had. Tightly marked there by Donald. But Whittaker will win the throw-in for her side. And yeah, just a shout out to Chelsea's parents, Andrew and Debbie, watching from Rarotonga. They will have loved to have seen Chelsea knock in a couple of great goals, and Southern here with Amy Hislop. The great turn, gets through, goes down, and a penalty is awarded by Lindsay Robinson. Only a minute or so into the second half. And Hislop brought down. It was a brilliant turn. She had closely in attendance. Didn't look like there was a huge amount of contact, but it was a great turn by Hislop, and just a few yards out was brought down. Whittaker's going to have a chance to complete her hat-trick. Has Una Foyle to beat. Of course, Foyle saved a penalty in the 2019 National League final against Northern Lights. But big chance here for Southern to restore their 3-goal lead. Whittaker drills it. Sends Foyle the wrong way. Great composure. Southern 5-2 up. I told you there were going to be more goals. What a calm penalty here. Sent the keeper the wrong way. Southern United 5-2 up over the Canterbury United Pride. Longo. So Whittaker with a hat trick for Southern United. And what a way to start the second half for the home side. Southern just needing a draw would be enough to claim this South Central Series title. As it's looped in dangerously there by Hepburn, but Simmers did well to claim in these challenging conditions now here at Logan Park. The Pride hungry to try and get back into the game. There's a nice turn here from Morrow. Just moved it to this right-hand side. as the drizzle comes in here. And Loy, who was heavily involved in that first half. And Rebecca Lake, the Pride captain, to Lara Wall. But Morrison will cut that out for Southern, and Hislop almost bullies the marker there in Hunt. Tony Power tries to find Hislop, and Hislop again makes a nuisance of herself. Finds Diaz in a bit of space down the right flank, and Morrison is bursting into the area. Diaz swings it across, but it's well cut out by Lake. Crucial intervention there by the Pride captain. Diaz again, former Pride player, and gets it into Whitaker, who's bundled over right on the edge of the box by Jasmine Donald, who can't believe that a free kick's been given there, but what a great chance here again, and Whitaker is absolutely everywhere. Winning a free kick just a metre or so outside the penalty area, and Chantel Smith, well, she'll be licking her lips, lining up a chance here. It's one of those ones which is, it's almost too close to the penalty area to be able to get it up and over the wall, but, well, if anyone can do it, Chantel Smith would be one of the ones. It looks like there's a bit of a debate going on as to who wants to take in it. Looks like it will be Smith. No, Hislop instead drills in with her left foot. Foyle saves. Oh, Diaz just about got to the rebound. Well, nice wee set move there from United. Hislop drilled it in. Foyle did well to save it, and, well, Lara Wall scrambling across there to deny Diaz. Southern hungry to add to their 5 goals. Chantel Smith with another corner for the home side. Another high one. And Mackay Wright got a head to it, but Pride will be able to clear with a free kick. They look to build their way out, and cut out by Southern captain Rose Morton, and she now look to find either Diaz or Hislop, but didn't quite work out for her. Morton's already picked up a couple of assists in the competition this season with some brilliant direct balls. Power again goes long. We're going to see Southern continue to try and counter whenever they do win the ball back off the Pride. Hepburn does well to win that, and Donald runs onto it. Has some options up in front of her, including Morrow, but Smith does well to cut that one out. Donald loses out to Whitaker, who really is everywhere. Just have to excuse the conditions here. And, well, Simmers claims that Kate Guilford was just about ready to pounce. Simmers moves it out quickly, out to Mackay Wright, who's been ever present for Southern, just as she was for Dunedin Tech in the Women's Premier League this winter, playing all 18 matches for Tech. Mackay Wright was the Southern United Coaches Player of the Year last year in the National League. Canterbury try and ramp up a bit of pressure here, and the win and attacking throw-in. Morrison has been busy in the middle of the park for Southern. Fair substitution there. That's Nikola Dominikovic coming on there for, I think, for Frankie Morrow. So just giving the Pride a different attacking option there. Dominikovic got plenty of pace and scored a goal, and the Pride's lost to Capital. A long-range effort coming in there. The Pride try and get a few more numbers forward now. Desperate to try and battle their way back into the game. And look at the pressure that they're putting on Simmers, who, well, sent that one across her goals. Smith was very calm and got it clear. Loy is beaten to it there by Kirsty Heyer, and she drives forward with a couple of options. Morrison, well, just sent that one too far ahead of her fellow midfielder there. Longo knocks it long, but Lara Wall does well there to get onto the end of it and beats Mackay right to the ball. Cuts it inside. The shot comes in there from, might have been Charlotte Mortlock who may have come on too, but it was straight at Simmers. Chance there for the Pride. So yeah, number 20, Charlotte Mortlock on for the Pride. Only 15 years old. She has appeared in every match, including 3 starts and a couple of subs appearances. So another different attacking option here for the Pride is Smith, who's just taken to that fullback role like a duck to water and finds Hislop here one-on-one with Hunt again. And she's got Whittaker in support, and the ball comes back to Whittaker, looks up, fires a low one across into the box. The Pride do enough to scramble it clear. Morton mopping up, as she so often does for Southern. Across to Kennard. And Chantel Smith happy to beat her marker there, Guildford one-on-one, and Morrison now looks up and sees a bit of space. Sends it out to Diaz. It's a bit awkward, but gets it back to Morrison. Did she get a wee tug on the shirt there? I'm not too sure, but the Pride scramble it clear again. Nice one there, Alice Clipson, Football South's referee development manager, filling the role of Lindsay Robinson, our referee today, who has recently become New Zealand Football's referee development manager. Pride, Mackay right there, strong in defence for Southern, does well, and Diaz looks up, finds Hislop onside, and she's a bit frustrated with herself there that usually her close control is so reliable, but just let herself down there. As the rain's really coming in here. Not the most pleasant conditions. Plenty of umbrellas there on the sideline. Not a bad one to be watching at home. Great to see some hardy supporters down here though, as Southern are, well, seeking the first ever national title really for on the National League front. Of course, not quite the full National League here, with some of the North Island teams unable to take part, but it's been a great competition to have up and running over the last few weeks. Hasn't been much between, well, the top 3 teams, and Southern, Canterbury and Capital, and even Central, despite not having picked up a point yet, well, they've actually played some pretty impressive football through, and there's plenty of talented youngsters in that squad to watch out for, as Foyle has to race out to deny Hislop. Southern still hungry to add to the 5 goals. Smith up to Hislop, who holds it up, always looking to turn, fires it across, and well cut out there. Longo with a clever turn. Oh, and sends a great ball through here. And Dominikovic, and back into Longo, looks up. Oh, evaded the challenge of Smith. And actually the offside flag then goes up, but there's better signs there for Longo and the Pride. Longo with 124 caps for the Football Ferns, debuting back in 2006 as a 15-year-old. Just been an absolute legend, and it's great to see her still contributing so much to what was a long-range effort. Comes in another awkward one for Simmers, and well, she deals with this one better than she did early in the first half. Well done, Amy, as the conditions are pretty awkward out there now for the goalkeepers. As Whittaker again, so good combining with Hislop, looks up, has a few teammates surging forward. Nicely cut out there by the Pride, who now look to counter themselves. And Mortlock on the ball, but a couple of blue shirts around her. Does well to find Guildford, but Southern with plenty of players back there. Just the pattern that we keep seeing. And Morrison battling away there against Hepburn. Hepburn's been kept pretty quiet today. We know how dangerous she can be, and a dangerous goal threat as well as Longo, who has picked up 6 goals in this competition. Gee, rain's really coming in now, and making it very difficult for the keepers as Simmers looks at her gloves just to check that there's not a hole in them, but just slipped out of her grasp. Luckily, she had Chantel Smith there to mop up. But you might see both teams just trying to throw the dice a bit and have some long-range efforts in these conditions. So we've got about half an hour left here. Southern United leading 5-2 over the Pride. Meanwhile, Capital still 3 goals up over Central. As it's a tricky one here, and Longo manages to poke it in and reduces the deficit back to 2 goals. Well, I'd almost taken my eye off the pitch there as the ball was fired in. It's another awkward one for Simmers to deal with, and Longo was on hand to deflect it in, and there's still hope for the Pride. Still plenty of time left in this match. We've had 8 goals. What a thriller here at Logan Park in Dunedin. High right tries to deal with that, but only as far as Mortlock. Lara Wall tries to fire it across. Morton pokes it clear. Longo gets it out to Guildford, who couldn't quite slide it back to Annalie Longo. Donald fires it in, but that's well clear of Simmers. Been a tough match for the young Southern goalkeeper. She's made some big saves and just had a couple of awkward ones to deal with that the Pride have taken advantage of. As Whittaker, a hat trick already, but she's hounded here by Guildford, that somehow manages to get away out of it and turn it into another counter for Southern. She looks up with great composure and slides it through Well, whether she was looking for Morrison or Diaz, it really split the two of them along with the Pride defence. Just about created another chance for the home side. Morrison again. Back to Morton. Haya with the turn. It's one thing with the turf here is the confidence that players have with the tight control and to be able to turn and break it. Just, it's a great stage for them to show off their technique, and we've seen plenty of brilliant technique today. As I see, Capital have bagged another couple of goals over Central. They're leading 5-0, which, well, if the Pride can pick up another couple of goals, it would mean that really could have anything happen here as far as the title goes between those three teams. A draw or a win enough for Southern to claim this South Central Series title?
For me anyway, not sure about two.
It's the Pride. Like to get plenty of numbers forward again. Lara Wall's been heavily involved and beats her marker there in power and looks up, swings it across, and oh, that just glanced off the crossbar maybe. Donald and Guildford combining, and ball swung across. Well dealt to by Mackay Wright. Diaz gets to the ball and finds a striker in Hislop, who again bullies her way through the defence. What a great clearance there, I thought, by the Pride, but a free kick has been awarded right on the edge of the box. Wow. Felt that the defender had done a good job there of getting goal side of Amy Hislop. But a free kick's been awarded. It's a yellow card to Rebecca Lake, the Pride captain, and it's not too dissimilar a position from the free kick earlier that we saw Hislop drive in, which was saved by Foyle, and it might look to do something similar here, especially in these conditions. You just want to try and force the keeper into some kind of save. As once again, Southern Brains Trust is trying to decide what they'll do. We saw a bit of a set move with the earlier free kick. This one's even closer to the edge of the box. A bit of an awkward position really, but probably be expecting Hislop to again drive this one in. And there'll be blue shirts looking for any rebound. And Hislop, oh well, fires it over the bar. That's the last thing that she would have wanted to do there, unfortunately, for Southern United. As Morton as well looks up and again finds Hislop with magnetic boots. The Pride just trying to get so many numbers forward again, and Longo, what can she do? Look at that control. And great ball across to Loy, and oh, huge challenge comes in from Smith, leaving her feet, and don't know if she slipped in the greasy conditions, but it was a thumping tackle on Loy, who's been limping since the first minute of the match, really. And certainly felt that one too. Probably no harder tacklers around than Chantel Smith, but we see another substitute. And youngster Freya Lodge-Whittam coming on for Jasmine Donald. Freya, just 17 years old, and I think started the round 1 fixture against Southern. Came on as a sub in last week's match against Capital. It's the rain and conditions really come in here at Logan Park, so Longo will be looking to test out Simmers in some capacity here. Fires it in straight at Simmers and does well to collect it. It was hit with some power by Longo. Simmers did enough. Ends it long for Hislop, and once again, no one's better at holding the ball up than the Southern striker. Power finds Diaz, who tries to play a 1-2 with power and just bundled clear by the Pride. So another substitution now. And round of applause there. So maybe Emily Morrison making way. And Lena Durand in the 5 shirt there coming on for Southern. Pretty handy player to be bringing on with lots of experience at this level now as well. Hislop lays it back to her university teammate Power.
I'm definitely off now.
Southern look to try and put pressure on the Pride, and they do eventually win it back through Hare, and she looks up, but well cut out there by Hunt. And chance now to pounce Lara Wall. Under pressure there from her former teammate in Canage, and Kelsey did enough. Around 20 minutes to go here at Logan Park in Dunedin. Southern United leading the Canterbury United Pride 5-3. It's 4-2 at half time.
Yeah, Dave.
Meanwhile, Capital 5 goals up over Central. Trying to do their bit to keep their hopes alive of a title here at the Pride. Kate Loy chips it up, and Guildford flicked it on. Just about found Lara Wall, but Simmers tidies up.
Cheers.
Kennard gets it to Diaz, who one-on-one and beats Rebecca Lake. Advantage played as she continues forward and tries to lift it into Duron, but oh, that's some pretty calm defending there from Loy. Mortlot manages to get it to Longo, and well, crucial intervention there by Kennard. And Morton, well, it's a little bit sloppy because Dominikovic has got onto it, sends a dangerous ball across, but just couldn't find a teammate. And Lake, the captain, trying to spur her team on and pushing a long way forward from the back. Mortlot has been quite heavily involved since coming on, but unfortunately for Lara Wall there, just can't quite get it under control. Hislop is just, once again, such a competitor on the ball, but it does fall the way of Longo, and this is dangerous now for Southern as Longo looks up. Oh, good ball, but couldn't manage to get a shot in on target there. Longo's just starting to get more involved. And obviously a player that always rises to the occasion, and well, there's no bigger occasion than this really, with her team a couple of goals down. Desperate to try and get a win. As Durand calmly knocks it back to Smith. Happy enough just to see it clear, really. There's good pressure there from Morton, and finds Hislop. Looks up and back to Morton. Couldn't quite get it to Diaz in space, but Pride really hounding Southern now. Longo, as industrious as ever. It's one of those players who she'll never waste a pass. She'll always be trying to spark an opportunity with any time she's got the ball. And Lara Wall, who's been heavily involved, swings it across, but easily claimed by Simmers. Oh, calmly done there by Mackay Wright, and Power and Diaz combined so often down that right flank, but a pinball there in the middle of the park. It's Freya Lodge-Woodham. Guildford can't get it past Chantel Smith, her former teammate, Dunedin Tech. Longo again, looks up and gets it to Wall. But nice calm defending there as it's brought out by Mackay Wright. Oh, Hislop just about flicked it onto Durand, who hounds the youngster there for Pride. Did well in the end. Hepburn and Mortlock and Morton going head to head there, and Mortlock's done well, but the number of intercepts that the Southern United defenders managed to get in every game, it just shows how well structured and disciplined they are as a defensive unit. Whitaker under pressure herself, but her and Smith combine, and Smith looking for a free kick perhaps, and goes down with a bit of an injury. She's been impressive slotting into the starting lineup. One of the heroes of the Dunedin Tech side that won the 2018 Kate Shepherd Cup. Picking up the Maya Jackman trophy for the player of the match in that, and she's helped up there by Kate Loy. It will be a throw-in for the Pride. Smith will be hoping to continue. Pretty handy replacement on the bench if they need, and Renee Bacon, who started every match for Southern. As Haya does well and is cut down by Hepburn. The Pride had scored the most goals in the competition leading into this game. Longo with 6 to her name, and captain Rebecca Lake with 3. Chiara Bocelli with a couple, including that stunning free kick right at the death last week. There's a bit of frustration there from the Pride as the offside flag went up, despite Dominikovic insisting that she wasn't actually involved in the play and hoping that one of her teammates could get on to the end of it, but Chantel Smith back down and may need to be replaced here for Southern. Players can all have a wee bit of a breather, although to be honest it's one of those afternoons in these kind of conditions where you probably would rather just keep playing. It's not particularly pleasant here at the moment. Rain coming in. It is a chance for them to get a bit of hydration and just make sure that they stay switched on for this final 10 minutes or so. Southern a couple of goals up over the Pride, 5-3. Some hardy supporters down here on the bank. There's not a lot of cover, so the smart ones have brought in their umbrellas. There's Elena Firth makes her way onto the pitch in the 19 shirt for replacing Kate Guilford. Firth has appeared in every match for the Pride. A couple of starts, including the round 1 fixture against Southern United. Only just turned 19 this week, I think, so plenty of youngsters on display here. There's a lot of talent coming through the Pride, as unfortunately Chantel Smith is having to be helped off the pitch. She's had a big game though for Southern United. It looks like we're just about to get back underway here. So yeah, great substitute to be able to bring on for Southern United there in the 7 shirt, Renee Bacon, who's been such a key player for Southern United over the last few seasons. Hugely versatile player, but has been a key part of the defence, starting every match of the season before today. And she's called into action here early up against Mortlock, and Bacon does enough. And just about does enough there as well. Southern have also taken off striker Amy Hislop and brought on youngster Juliet Lucas in the 14 shirt. So plenty of substitutes on the pitch now, as the coaches look to fresh legs to try and see out the match here. And swung in and not really cleared by Southern, and the shot comes in. There's calls for a handball and then a Pride player bundled over, but Southern now managed to scramble it clear. Lucas does well, holds it up and finds her captain, Morton. Diaz does well, has an overlapping runner there and a fullback power. Just has endless energy. Lucas coming on up the top, only 17 years old. Huge talent. Seen her score some absolute wonder goals at club level. Foyle hasn't had too much to do in the second half, especially in the last 20 or so minutes, as the Pride have certainly dominated possession. Southern probably just happy to try and see out these closing minutes, knowing that even a draw would be enough to claim this title. But the Pride Never give up. Longo just lost out there though. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage, not just today, but right throughout the last few weeks of all of the matches broadcast live on Sky Sport Next. And of course, big match tomorrow afternoon on Sky Sport, the men's final. It'll be a huge match there between Miramar Rangers and Wellington Olympic. No final in the women's competition, just the 2 rounds of round robin, and Pride looking to try and keep hope alive, and huge save from Simmers there. Offside flag perhaps goes up there, but it was a big save from Simmers just to keep out the Pride. Hayer and Longo battle away, and it's Rebecca Lake again. But will she be caught out of position here as Diaz, one of the quicker players on the pitch, up against Hepburn, who does well to knock it over the sideline. The 2 number 13s going head to head there. Another stoppage here for another injury. These conditions have really set in here. Seem to have such a bad run of weather for these matches here at Logan Park. Been a bit of a shame, but hope you're enjoying watching this coverage from the comfort of your home. Whitney Hepburn just trying to see whether she can continue. And she'll look to get back out on the pitch, but Southern United with a throw in here. Lucas tries to win it, and Duron does well there to win the ball back. Looks around, doesn't have a lot of options though. Goes all the way back to their defenders there in Power and Mackay Wright. And now they look to break the lines again of the Pride, and Lucas a bit disappointed there that she couldn't create an attack there, and the Pride looking to pounce. Morton had another huge game in that holding midfield role for Southern, and Lucas does well here. Looks up, she's chased by Hunt, but fires it across the goal and wasn't far away. Well, I mentioned I've seen her score some screamers, and it would have been a great way to cap off the game for Southern if she could have sealed the win there late on. It's good persistence there. Did well. Hunt did enough to keep the pressure on, and actually, yeah, it looks like Foyle was forced into a save there. So it's a corner for Southern. Swung across, and Lucas looks to get her head to it, and then Diaz on the line. We might just about see another bicycle kick effort there from Diaz. She's had a couple throughout the season, but not to be this time. As we get close to the 90-minute mark, there will be a few minutes of additional time after some of these injury stoppages that we've had. So the Pride won't have given up hope yet. But there's still a couple of goals down here to Southern. Whitaker, possibly the player of the match so far, as Lucas again battles away. Loy fires it forward, hopefully. And it's easily enough dealt with, although Simmers just about gets herself into trouble. And oh, well, that was a chance there. Dominikovic and Annalie Longo, I think, was screaming for the ball on the 6-yard mark there. Big chance there to try and get something out of the game. Simmers will be relieved. As we tick over the 90-minute mark now. Southern just really looking to hang on to this 2-goal lead that they've got. Diaz as well on the sideline there. Lucas again. Heaps of energy shutting down Rebecca Lake. As you can see the crowd urging on the home side just to see out the final few minutes of this match. Lucas just a wee bit too strong there and concedes a free kick, which is taken quickly. What can the Pride do? Mortlot has so many black shirts up in front of her. The Pride with nothing to lose now. As the whistle's blown, I think a few of the Southern players were hoping that it was going to be the final whistle, but not quite yet. Simmers knocks it long. Lake has tried her heart out as captain of the Pride today. Has been everywhere and wins a free kick here. Longo will take again. So many numbers getting forward for the Pride. Sent in, but well cleared by Haya for Southern. Kate Loy into Hunt. Hepburn, who's back up and about on the pitch, and Longo just as busy as ever. Tries to spark something, but there's 3 Southern shirts around her. Forced to go backwards. Bumped hopefully in towards the Southern goal box. Once again, there's a bit of bombardment going on. Again, whistle blown there, so surely now a chance for Southern just to see out the end of this game. Moments away from a historic trophy in this New Zealand Football National League South Central Series. Whittaker loses out, and Pride just not quite clicking for them in attack. His power been such a star for Southern throughout the season, one of the sort of quiet achievers in the team really. Just done her job so well in that fullback role. Such a genuine team effort from Southern throughout the course of the season. Very settled squad and lineup. Players all know their roles. As Pride can't quite get through, and Ruby Anderson, who's on the pitch now for Southern United, comes clear. Has a couple of blue shirts up in front of her, but just runs into her opponent there. Loy lifts it forward again. Morton thumps it clear for Southern. Mackay Wright's been such a tower in defence for Southern United. It's Hepburn on the ball as everyone's looking at the referee. chance here for Dominikovic, and can't get the ball under control. Renee Bacon marks her and sees it go out for a goal kick, and that might just about see the game out for the home side, Southern United. Who went behind early in this game. They've conceded the first goal in 5 of the 6 games this season. They've come back to, if they hang on here, they've come back to win 4 of those games. Remarkable. The Pride through Mortlock. Once again. Goes clear, and Lucas brings the ball under control. Doesn't have too much support, but now has Anderson up alongside her, and what's she going to do? Maybe just head for the corner. That's what she does. The full-time whistle's blown by Lindsay Robinson, and Southern United win the game 5-3 and take out the New Zealand Football National League South Central Series for 2021. What an incredible effort from this side. They've won 5 of their 6 matches. Brilliant effort from the side. The Pride were huge today and led early on through Kate Loy, but Southern, wow, the way they came back in that first half from being a goal down. Chelsea Whitaker with a couple of first half goals, and Amy Hislop, and then an own goal scored by the Pride as well. The Pride got back into it just before half-time with a goal to Kate Guilford to bring it back to 4-2, but, well, maybe their hopes were a bit dashed just after half-time when Southern scored a 5th through Chelsea Whitaker from the penalty spot, completed her hat-trick. Look at the emotion out there that both teams have put in a huge effort today. Annalie Longo got one back with about half an hour to go, but, oh geez, we went about half an hour at the end of that game without a goal. That was a bit boring. But 8 goals today. Southern United won 5-3. Kind of struggled a bit for goals throughout the season, but that all changed today. And just look at the jubilation there from the players. It's a historic moment. Yes, it's not quite the full National League, unfortunately, with some of the North Island teams unable to be involved, but still a huge moment for the side to claim a title. And such a great team unit. A lot of players that have played together for so many years. Coach Graham Smale in his first year as head coach in the National League, but of course was head coach of Dunedin Tech for so many seasons, and has brought a number of these players through from young teenage years. And it's all culminated here with a title in the South Central Series. Brilliant effort. As I mentioned earlier, between 2009 and 2016 in the National League, the Football South and Southern United side in 49 matches only won 1 game. But since then they've had more wins than losses, become a seriously competitive unit over the last few years, and it's really all culminated in this, a victory over a very strong Pride team. Make sure you stick around because we're hoping to get a bit of a presentation here too. Looks like the Capital Central match has just finished up too. The Capital football side, well, they did their bit with a 5-0 win over Central, but Southern were only needing a point today. They've gone on and won this match. pretty horrible conditions, but they won't care about that right at the moment. Amy Simmers had a big season in goals, the young goalkeeper. She had a couple of tricky moments today, but still made a couple of big saves that just kept things good for her team. And you can see the delight in the players here. It's been such a disrupted season right through winter, and then also all the uncertainty heading into this competition. And whilst it's unfortunate that a number of North Island teams haven't been able to be involved, it's just been great for the teams that have been able to get out there to have this competition take place over the last few weeks. We've seen some wonderful football action. And they've even got some bottles of bubbles there. The full squad and coaching staff and support staff who have all done their bit. Coach Graham Smale, assisted by Jess Fuller and Tom Stevens. Katrina Roach, team manager. They've got Jackie there and Helen too. What a great effort from everyone. Every player's done their bit. They deserve their moment here. Got to make sure Chelsea Whittaker gets into the photo because she was a star today with 3 goals. And they're going to celebrate their moment here as winners of the 2021 South Central Series. Thank you for joining us today. From myself, Morgan Jarvis, and everyone else, thanks for watching. Make sure you check out the men's final tomorrow afternoon.